player in the lineup tonight, Coach?
Yep.
What are your expectations of Mr. Wolanin?
Just be yourself and enjoy his first steps in the NHL, and keep it simple. And I had a talk with him about just being himself, and we'll understand the basics of what we're doing, but really we're not expecting him to grasp all of that in one morning. And we know what he is. Now it's just for him to slowly, not in one shift or one period or one game, try to impress, and by doing outstanding things, and just slowly ease himself into it and enjoy the moment.
What's the scouting report you've received on Christian?
Oh, well, first of all, I've seen him at camp, but he's a mobile defenseman that straddles the line, the blue line, really well. He's got good vision. He's got some false information to his game that will help you offensively, obviously. Yeah, we saw that this morning in a few minutes. So we're giving him a chance to be in one of his strengths, which is power play.
Do you anticipate just maybe cycling them through different?
Oh yeah. Well, first of all, we're cycling the guys already here together without Eric. We've been trying to do that. In the last game, we had to shuffle it around, and we got basically it's the anchors right now that are like Eric's an anchor, and when you put Shabbat with him, it stabilizes Shabbat, and Borrow with somebody else, and Cease with somebody else, and when you're missing one already, you have to shuffle and reshuffle, and that's what happened last game. That's where younger defensemen or guys that have less experience, it makes it tougher for them to manage an NHL game, and that's when it really exposes the players that we saw it last game. And obviously without Eric again today, it makes it very difficult, and now we're going to try to different matchups and different pairings, and we'll see what that's going to take us.
Now, this might be a kind of a what-if scenario looking at this game tonight, but if you get into the overtime and it's a 3-on-3, you've had a lot of success with Boucher and Hoffman. If they put McDavid out there, would you be okay with your two guys, like a kind of fight fire with fire type philosophy? Sure,
that's what we've done. I mean, you can only do fire against fire because you've got fire, and I think Duchesne and Hoffman have shown that, and we haven't hesitated to start the overtimes with them. Sometimes it's sometimes you need the opposite, because you need a guy like Pajot on with somebody else, because you know that he's going to be able to outsmart the opponent 3-on-3 and defend and attack at the same time. So it really depends. But right now, Hoff and Duchesne have been terrific. So I don't see why I would change it, unless they're both having an awful game. And even then, I think I'd throw them out there.
Ryan, does he go on that line tonight?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, they've done well together. Last game without him wasn't as conclusive, I would say. So putting that one back together.
Anytime you play a top star in the league, pay special attention to him, obviously. But what is it about Connor McDavid that makes you have to be specifically aware about him?
Oh, speed. I mean, if you give him the time and space to pick up speed, I don't know who's going to stop him. So that's just a reality. And so, against anybody that's good, you don't want to give him time and space. So whether it's Ovechkin or Crosby, and the minute you give those guys some time and some space, they're going to give it to you. So obviously, as best you can, you're going to try to limit the time and space that you allow against guys like that. But the reality is at some point or another, they're going to get it. They're going to create it, and they're going to give it to you in some ways. And you hope that you limit some of those opportunities that they're getting. And if you do that, that's when you have a chance to win.